Do you know what time it is, boys and girls? It's time for the Cap Guy Show, starring the Cap Guy. That's me. It's not a cap today, it's a hat, but another one of my finds. Of course, I got too many of these, but I keep collecting, and I got a bunch. So, anyway, I want to talk a little bit. I'm going to take this off because it gets a little hot. About what I found yesterday. I went sourcing, hit some estate sales, hit some garage sales, hit a couple of Goodwills, spent just over $200, about $204, and I found a lot of treasures yesterday. The first one that we went to, it had been advertised as having video games, and of course I'm looking for especially vintage video games, and they had a bunch of them. I guess the guy does storage cleanouts, and he had a bunch of stuff, so I bought a jacket there, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. And then I bought 44 video games for $70, and just 6 of them are worth $180. And I'll show you those too in a minute. First, I'll show you what I sold yesterday. I sold, it started off slow yesterday after having a monster day Friday. I sold 7 items. Spent $14 on those 7 items, and gross sales was $136. Out of that was $116 of profit. That's including fees, shipping, PayPal, and the cost of goods. So not a bad day. Not like the day before where I cleared over almost 300. Now I'm gonna get into what I did sell, and so you can see it for yourself. The first item that I sold, and I'm going to move some games so I have my hands free here, these were the last item I sold for the day, and they're Rock Revival pants. I had found 2 pair of these, 34s, and the link was 34 as well, so he was a tall guy. I paid $1 a piece for them. The first pair I sold within a week for $74. This pair I sold, and I've had offers, and I've sent them and back and forth. But Rock Revival, I have good luck with them, especially for men. I know women like them, but I seem to sell them better to the men at a better cost. I paid $1 for them, and I ended up taking an offer. And again, a bunch of my sales yesterday were off of offers, so I can't say enough that offers is the way to do it. When your stuff's not moving, you're having a slow quarter, do the offers, think out of the box, and try to move that product. The next item, and by the way, I got $49 plus shipping on top for those, so that was a good one. And as I will say, I am the cap guy, but I'm also the home run guy. I make some home runs. This Memphis State jersey, I paid $4.34 at a Goodwill store for it, and I had to clean it up a little bit. And it's another offer. I had it for $25 originally. It's a Penny Hardaway jersey. That's where he played college ball. He played a little bit all over the NBA. But I took a best offer at $20 on it, plus shipping, and I paid $4.34, so that was a good profit there. Not a home run, but I'll take those. Got to have the smalls and the big ones too. The next item I sold was this Atlanta Hawks jersey. It's a practice jersey, and last summer I bought these in bulk. I found them at a Goodwill. They were marked down to $2.50 a piece. They're brand new with tags, and they're reversible Atlanta Hawks practice jerseys. They're official NBA. I paid $2.50 a piece. I started them at over $25. I had the problem with them is I had one 3X, and all the rest, which was about 20 of them, were 4X, and they just didn't move. And I've done offers. I've reduced the price. I've done free shipping. I've tried everything, and it just didn't seem to work. And yesterday I finally sold a 4X for $12.99 plus shipping, and so I'm making about $10 to $12 on that. So if I can get rid of the rest of them, I'll be tickled, and I won't do that again, especially in that size. 2X, 3X, yeah, you can do large, XL, but in the smaller sizes, a lot of stuff doesn't work. The next thing was just a basic hat, but it was a K. Bethos Follow Your Dreams distress cap. Had a couple of issues with it, and I finally took $6 for it. You know, some of these hats come, when I find them used, they have sweat bands around them, and you can see right here they have that. And I've washed it, but you're not going to get rid of that once it's ingrained in it. But it's a clean hat, but it's clearly in the pictures and described that it's got that ring, and it's under the brim too. But for $6, it's still a decent hat, and it's distressed anyway. So if you're going to wear a distressed hat, I guess it might as well be have issues. Sportage Oklahoma City Thunder t-shirt. Again, I bought this at a yard sale for $1 last year. It's a really nice t-shirt. The lady sent me an offer, and I took $11.20 for it. I had it for $12, so she only dropped it 80 cents. And I love those offers because it's not much of off of it what I was asking. So made about $10 on it, and it's going to Oregon, so I'm sure she'll be loved up there in the Seattle Northwest by those people wearing an Oklahoma City Thunder shirt, but that's all right. We don't mind. The next item I found, or I'd say sold, and this is probably the last thing. I sold 3 items this morning, and I won't go into those till tomorrow's video. Oh, I got 2 more. This is and I talk about this occasionally, gel inmate convict suit. It is legitimately a federal suit. It's a top and a bottom, XL, blue. I paid $4 for the set, and I took a best offer of $30 for it. And normally I get a little bit more than that, but I'm trying to move them. It's out of Halloween season, and anyway, 30 plus shipping on top, so I made some good money on that. And the last item, I bought these at the bins, and I found a whole tub of them, and I grabbed about 6 of them. And they're brand new Ozark Trail 40-ounce tumblers. They've never been used, but the labels on them are a little bit dinged up, and and a little bit of scuffing on the stainless, but nothing major. And again, they're brand new. But I consider them open box, so I paid about $1 when you figure the weight of them, because they do weigh a little bit. But I sold it for $10 plus shipping, and I've got about 5 more of those to get rid of. All in all, a decent day. Friday night was kind of slow, and I think a lot of that was because of Valentine's Day and people celebrating with their spouses. Yesterday we went sourcing, and one of the items that I found at the first yard sale, we found a bunch of PS3, PS2, Wii, Xbox 360, Xbox Original games, but he had some Nintendo 64s, and I'm here to tell you, those were in horrible shape. They were, I'm reaching down to get these games that I dropped. They were in horrible shape. They needed a Q-tip in them with some alcohol and cleaned up, and I'm going to have to get them tested. I don't have a Nintendo 64 system, but I'll go to a local vintage stock and I'll test them over there. But I had been conversing with one of my viewers yesterday, and he was talking about these copies that people, repros is what they call them, and I watched some YouTube videos to determine if mine were authentic or if they were vintage, and they looked vintage because they were in bad shape. They've been sitting somewhere for a while and collecting dirt and dust. And so I watched the video, then I came in here, and after I'd cleaned them up, and I started looking, and I looked at 3 things. I looked at the impression number on the back of the label. I looked at the numbers inside the cartridge that you can see from the outside, and then the square or a rectangular eye on the Nintendo on the back of the cartridge, and I'll show you that in a second. They are all legit, so they're all worth the money that I'm going to be asking. I comped these out, and I was a little surprised on a couple of them. I'm familiar with stuff like Donkey Kong and Mario and Zelda and Pokemon and all that, but I did not know about some of these other titles, and I was pleasantly surprised when I got home. So once I test them, these will be going online. I'll show you these now. I'm going to start with the least valuable. This first one was Tetris Challenge Magical. and it comps out. I paid $1. We figured it up. I paid $1.59 for all the games. That's the Xbox 360s and everything. So basically, these are $1.59 a piece. This one's worth about 11 and a quarter. The label's not in great shape, but what I was talking about on this, and the back is not in good shape either. So, but the little square, Nintendo is one of the areas you can look at, and I'm not going to use this example for the other items I looked for, but I'm going to show you that. The next item is this one. It's Armorines Project Swarm. Again, it's vintage and $1.59. It's worth $14.99, and I'm not going to use that one either because again, it's in rough shape. I'm gonna skip that one for a minute. This one, Killer Instinct Gold, is worth $22.99. And again, these had a lot of fingerprints and smudging, but here's the square again on the Nintendo. Right here, if you can see it, yeah, there's an impression right here, and that isn't done on the copies. And then the last thing, and I don't know if you can see it, but there are numbers and stuff down here in the plastic on the bottom below the board, and those aren't on the copies either. Those are legitimate, so those are real. Then I found, of course, a Donkey Kong 64. This is $34.99 sold comps. The next one is Super Mario 64. Again, $34.99 sold comps. The last one, which blew me away because I'd never even heard of it, is Bad Fur Day. Cooker's Bad Fur Day. This game comps out at $69.99 to $79.99. Obviously, I'll go to the lower end to move it quickly, but that one's in pretty good shape. It had to be cleaned up as well. I take a Q-tip and I rub it along the contacts, and I'm going to clean them up one more time before I list them, but that right there, between these 6 games, that's about $180 in sales. We hit some estate sales and some yard sales, and then we ended up at a Goodwill. One of these great finds is this is a home run right here. Patagonia. It's a fleece. It's chinchilla. It's about a $40, $35-$40 jacket, and I paid $4.34 for it. The next item is JBI bike. This is kind of it's primal, and it's a cycling jersey, but it's got some really nice colors, and the pockets have the same material as inside. It's a hoodie, and this will be listed, and I would say that's about a $25 item. This I bought. It's local. They're famous on the channel on cable for Street Outlaws. These sell for about $25 or so new. And there's some that are similar, but there's none that say this on eBay currently. What separates outlaws from criminals is getting caught. There's some other ones similar to that saying, but none like that. And again, for $5, I'll pay that. The next item is, this is awesome. This is a Rally Roots Love, and they're another bunch of folks on YouTube. This is a Fruit of the Loom single stitch, okay? Single stitch means it's vintage. That means at least 90s or before, early 2000s, going back before that. It's just it's not a tie-dye shirt, but it's kind of like one. I don't have a clue what it's worth. I can't find any comps on anything like this, but this will be on an auction because I don't know the value, and I will start it at a decent price because it is vintage. The next item, and this one was a great find too, and this is also single stitch. This is, again, Fruit of the Loom. Single stitch being vintage, and Bugs Henderson and the Shuffle Kings. He's kind of a Texas blues, Stevie Ray Vaughan type of guy. Matter of fact, he was associated with him and B.B. King and some of the other acts that played in Central Texas. My brother Darren played in the music scene in Austin in the 80s and 90s, and he's seen Bugs a few times. I wasn't real familiar with him. He passed away in 2012. But that single stitch, and there are none on eBay like it. There are some repros on there, but there are none like that. This is, I bought this where I bought the video games. He wanted $20 for it. I didn't comp it while I was there. But I haven't found another one with this logo on it. Now, there's some NASCAR ones that are similar. And there's some other M&M's ones that are similar, and they don't seem to have a lot of value. I paid $20 for it, and it's a U size, like a 13, 14. but I could not pass it up because it is just cool. And it's all raised letter embroidered. That's just a cool jacket. So I will comp that higher than what I see the value as, and I will sit on it. I'm not going to offer on that one. I want to get decent money for it because that's kind of a one-of-a-kind thing that I haven't seen. I got this at a Goodwill, paid $7.37 for it. It's also vintage, and it's vintage Wrangler. It's a Wrangler rugged wear, and that comps out at about $25 to $30. So very nice jean jacket, and it is my size. So if it don't move, it may be in my closet. These I got at a yard sale with a lot of stuff, and he had $10 a piece on them, and they were doing half off. It was kind of an estate sale. This is Pebble Beach Sportswear. It's kind of a hooded golf jacket. It's got a zipper on it, and it's I bought all of the stuff that he had in the group that I grabbed for $10 for all of it, and that included some Franklin spelling aces and some type stamps. All this stuff was new, and it was his mother's, and he was just trying to kill it on the last day and get rid of it. The last thing that I got of clothing here, Ruddy Duck. I've seen several of these, and they comp out at about $25, but none of them have the pheasant on them. So that'll add some value, I think. Hunting t-shirt. I also bought a bunch of Harley Davidson shirts from California, some Sons of Anarchy, California, and some other t-shirts. I won't show those because they don't have a lot of value. They're $15, $20. There's one long sleeve one that's got the flames on the arms, and it doesn't have a motorcycle shop per se, like a lot of them do. None of them are vintage, but that one's a little more valuable. And at that Goodwill where I got the Patagonia and the Bugs t-shirt, I got these. Picked up some shoes. These are cycling shoes. I-beam, and they're Pearl Izu. And I got these for $5.35. I got these Roos on sale. They're a little bit dingy. They're a little bit dirty, but I'm going to clean them up. These comped out at about $35, maybe $40. They got the pocket on the side right here, and I paid $10.01 for them. So again, I'll make about $20 on them. The last pair I got at Goodwill, and I got these half off. These are Keen, and again, I see Rally Roots talking about these all the time. They're kind of a slip-on, and they're about a $25, $30 shoe for women. They're green. And then at one of the estate sales, I got these for $4. These are Diesel, and they're in good shape. They were, like I said, an estate sale, and they're brown leather. They're cocoa or something is the style, and those comp out at about $35, $40. So all in all, it was a good day. I got some electronics. I'm trying to think of some of the other things that I've already listed and put away. Quite a bit of items, and some of it I gave $5, some of it I gave $1. I got that value for $10 for a bunch of stuff, and most of those they're Franklin Merriam-Webster spelling aces. 3 of them out of the 4 that I picked up at 2 different sales were brand new, and they all comp out at around $22 to $35 a piece. And 2 of them I gave $4 a piece, and the other 2 I got in that lot for $10, so I figured about $1 a piece. So that'll be some good sales. I'm plugging away. I got a lot to list, and I say that every day because I do. I've got a birthday party today for my youngest granddaughter at my house with a bunch of family coming over. So this afternoon we'll be busy, but this morning I'm going to get busy and get some of this stuff listed and work through my piles, and then I'm going to test these games tomorrow at a vintage stock and then see if they work good, and if they do, then they're going online. And I've got some other video games I need to lot up, and I've still got a 2014 NCAA 14 Xbox that I need to get tested, and I've got the system to test it. I just haven't done it. And that's definitely an $80 game. So got some good finds, making some good money. It is a lot of work, but it is sure fun sourcing. I just love sourcing, and I don't want to get to the point where I know my kids sometimes think I'm a hoarder. Um, I'm not hoarding it. I'm just having a tough time finding spots to put it. It's organized to the best that I can, and I don't seem to have much of a problem finding stuff. Um, One of the things I did sell this morning, and I won't. I'll yeah, I'll go ahead and show it because I'm going to have it packaged and it'll be ready to go in the morning. So I'm going to go ahead and show it. This I've had since summer. I bought 2 of these, and these are vintage Ralph Lauren with the leather straps. I had 2. The other one was like a lighter blue. This is kind of a greenish. Doesn't look like it, but it is. I paid $10 a piece. The other one I sold for $35, and this one I got $31 on finally. It's taken a while to sell it, but since then I found a bunch of them at the bins, so I don't purchase them anymore like that. This I paid 49 cents for at my local thrift store, along with other PC games. It's just an interactive thing on physiology. It's been on there for probably a month, and I got $12 for that, so not a bad flip. And then this I found in the bins the other day. It is the Gold Collection Hidden Spirits Dimensions cross stitch. This comps out at $50, and it's open box because it's open, but I checked it. It's there. Everything's there: the needles, the material, the pattern, and the thing you stitch on. I forgot what they call it, AIDA or something. Anyway, it comps out at $50. I listed it last night for $50, and this morning it was sold for $50. So those are valuable. You find cross stitch, they're probably the most valuable of all of them, and this is a larger one. So it's 11 by 15, and that'll be shipped out with my packages tomorrow. So again, that would be a home run because at the bins at 69 cents a pound, they don't weigh much, less than $1. So and that's another home run. So y'all have a great Sunday. Enjoy your day. If you get a chance to swing by a thrift store, do it. Make some money. Make some money. It's there. Start in your closet. Start in your garage. Have a great day.